What's going on, Pyros? Welcome back to the channel. Fix Pyro here, back at you with another video. Another blind ranking items without knowing what's coming next. Pyro Edition. We are here with Jody from Midsouth Boomers. How's it going, Jody?
It's going great, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. I appreciate you joining me here to do this. And it's going to be a special one. We're going to do Artillery Edition. I guess the Canister Shell Edition. And this is going to kind of go along with your Boomer Bracket Challenge you guys have running right now. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, well, we've got a pool of 64 different shell kits, and we just kind of seeded them 1 through 16 in four different divisions, and then they're going head to head. We're doing like 3 a day. You watch the video, you put in the comments which one you think won, and there's like 4 shells from each kit, and hopefully we'll whittle it down and get an eventual winner at the end of the month.
Pretty cool.
We got it running all month of March.
Kind of playing the March Madness thing. I love the idea of it. I've been voting every day. You guys make sure to get out there and vote every day. How long do you have left on the first round?
It was going for 11 days, so by March 11th, it'll run through March 11th on the first round. Then we're going to have a couple of days of a break in there, and then we'll start the second round. I think that's the plan, is to have that couple days break.
Okay, so we're still in the first round now. You guys can still get your votes in, and I imagine they can go back and still vote on the ones that were there. You won't count the votes until the end?
Well, they're up for 3 days, for 72 hours after release. Yeah,
okay, so you guys still have time to vote on some of them then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's get into it. All of these canister shells are going to be from your Boomer Bracket Challenge, so you should know them, and you can give us kind of the insight, because I think you were the one lighting them, so you were kind of right underneath and got to see them pretty up close. So let's see what you think of them. Well, your first shell kit is going to be Super Stinger from Fire Factory. And once again, ranking these blindly, ranking these blindly 1 through 5, and your first one is going to be Super Stinger.
Well, you know what? Out of our bracket, those were my favorite shells that I lit out of the bracket, I do believe. So those are going right up at number 1.
Number 1 on the Super Stingers. Good shell kit there, for sure. I don't hate that choice. So, all right, your next ones up are going to be the Hellcats from Sky Bacon.
Man, those performed slightly better than I thought, and I've heard pretty decent things about them. I just know they've been out for a while. I'm going to put those at 4.
4 on the Hellcats. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Your next set of shells is going to be the King Dragons from Raccoon Fireworks.
Man. Those are solid. Those are definitely solid.
Good kit. Yeah.
Yeah. I could go 2 or 3 on those. I'm going to stick them at 3 and see what happens.
Stick those at 3. I mean, it's a solid kit for sure. I think I voted on that one. It was in the last 2 days, and they were a good kit. So.
Yeah, if anybody hadn't seen them, they have the strobing tails. I think almost all of them in that kit have the strobing tails.
And those are so cool. Yeah, and that made them unique. I think a lot of my votes so far have been on the uniqueness of the shells, right? Because everybody can just do a shell, but the uniqueness, whistling or strobing or certain effects, like it really sets a kit apart, you know.
Yeah, those break nice too. They break pretty big, and they have most of them are willow effects. They're nice. It's a nice kit.
Yeah, and you can't beat those strobing tails. Okay, your next kit is another unique one here. Scatter Bombs by Winda.
We're going to stick those at 2.
Yeah, I think that's a wise choice as well. Another one that I absolutely love those shells.
Yeah, and I think those they break hard, and those go-getters are just something different.
So unique, and you know, I'm sure there's another kit out there that has them. I just can't think of it right off the top. I know it was the first one I'd ever seen with them. I can say that.
Yeah, I know there is, because when we did Scatter Bombs on the channel, people put stuff in the comments. I think there were 2 different kits people named in our comments about other kits that had go-getters, but I can't remember them either.
I'm gonna have to go back to your demo and look that up and see what those are and see if I can get a hold of some. So yeah, solid kit there. And
Yeah.
your last one, which is going to be your number 5 spot, are going to be the Dia de los Muertos from Happy Family.
Okay.
A decent kit. I like the. So I used to call them scrambling comets, but I believe they just call them dragon, silver or gold dragon, where it kind of when it goes up and they kind of scoot around. So I always thought they
Yeah.
were called scrambling comets, but after talking to some people from China, they were just calling them dragons. So a unique effect
Okay.
that's in a few shells out of that kit. It's the reason I got them last year, and I was impressed with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Jody, knowing the 5 that you have now, if you could change anything, would you?
Yeah, I would bump the Hellcats down to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I think 3 and I mean I would leave the scatter bombs at 2, and then the King Dragons and the Dia de los Muertos. I think either one, 3 or 4 on either one. Those are both so solid. I mean,
Gotcha.
you got 4 really solid kits here, and one that's probably was solid back in its day. It's just been out for a
Mm-hmm.
long time now.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like an Excalibur, right? Was once the talk of the town, the best thing out there, but it's an older kit. It hasn't been upgraded a ton. I mean, it's still a solid kit. Not to say it's a bad one by any means, right? But just everything else. I mean, like you say, you just in this list alone, right? You have Go Getters. I believe you have Lace Effects. You have Strobing Tails. There's just it's the evolution is getting wild with these shells. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know the Super Stingers. I know they have rings and I think whistling tails and some other effect. It's
mhm.
3 different effects just in that one kit. I know the Dia de los Muertos have some different effects too. I guess the Scatterbugs only come in a 6-pack.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a 24, which I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
having that, even if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
even if it's kind of a 6 or a 12 repeated, just to be able to buy it as a 24 instead of buying it as a 6, to have more.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, under the King Dragons, there's not a lot of variety in that kit. They mostly do the same stuff, but just
hmm
different little versions of it. So yeah, but there's a lot of variety there for sure.
yeah, and still a solid kit. All right, well, Jody, that was blind ranking items without knowing what's coming next. Loving this series. This one is going right along with your guys' Boomer Bracket Challenge. So you guys make sure to go check that out. Vote on those. Go check out Midsouth Boomers. Subscribe if you haven't, or if you're not, which you should be by now. I'll have links down in the description for uh, links to the channel, links to the list of the Boomer Bracket Challenge, all those things. Go check it out. And Jody, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you doing this.
Glad to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. All right. And that's it for now, guys. Until next time, Pyro out.